There was once someone who did such amazing things and said such wonderful things that people had to ask who he really was. Once when they asked, he said, "I am the light." I see the love of God in you, the light of Christ comes shining through, and I am blessed to be with you, O holy child of God. The one that said, "I am the light," changed to be in all places at all times. See this light? How it's just in one place? Let's change the light. Look, the light's changed. It's growing, becoming invisible, filling the room with the light of Christ. As you go about this room today, know that the light is there. And when you leave this room today, know that you take the light of Christ with you wherever you go. Now, watch carefully so you always know what today's lesson looks like. You have to be ready. What is the biggest present you've ever got? Listen, there's something different about that gift. That gift isn't like a bicycle. That gift is alive. Listen. Listen to your friends. These are the big gifts. They are wonderful presents. Yes, that could be a wonderful present. Did you know that there are some presents so big that nobody notices them? They're so big that they're hard to see. They're so hard to see that the only way to know that they are there is to go clear back to the beginning, or maybe a little before the beginning. In the beginning there was not very much at all. In fact, in the beginning, there was nothing. Except for perhaps an enormous smile. But there was no one there to see it. Then, on the very first day, God gave us the gift of light. So now there was not just darkness, but there was light and dark. Now, I don't mean just the light in the light bulb or in the car lights at night. I don't mean just this light that's in that light, but I mean all the light that is light. God gave us the gift of the light that all light comes from. When God saw the light, God said it was good, and that was the end of the first day. On the second day, God gave us the gift of water. Now, I don't mean just the water in the water glass or the water in a bathtub or shower. I don't even mean just the water in a river or a lake. I don't mean just the water in the ocean or the water that comes down from the sky as rain. I mean all the water that is water. This is the water that the rest of the water comes from. This is the firmament. It divides the water above and the water below. When God saw the water, God said, "It is good." And that is the end of the second day. On the third day, God gave us the gift of dry land. God divided the water and the dry land and gave us the gift of green and growing things. God saw the dry land and the green and growing things. God said, "It is good," and that is the end of the third day. On the fourth day, God gave us the gift of day and the night. God gave us the way to count our days. Here is the great light that rules the day, the sun, and here are the lights that rule the night, the moon and the stars. When God saw the day and the night, our way to keep time, God said, "It is good," and that was the end of the fourth day. On the fifth day, God gave us the gift of all the creatures that could fly in the air, not just the birds, but all the creatures that fly and all the creatures that swim in the water. All of them. When God saw all the creatures that fly and all the creatures that swim, God said, "It is good," and that was the end of the fifth day. On the sixth day, God saw us the gift of all the creatures that walk upon the earth, the creatures that walk with 2 legs, like you and like me, and all the creatures that walk with many legs. When God saw the creatures that walk with 2 legs and the creatures that walk with many legs, and all the gifts of the other days, God said, "It was very good." And that was the end of the 6th day. On the 7th day, God rested and gave us the gift of a day to rest and to remember the greatest gifts of all the other days. There's nothing here because people go to different places to remember the great gifts. You can put something there to show your favorite place to remember. It might be your backyard by a tree, in a church, or in your room. It might be in the mountains or by the ocean or a lake. I don't know where your place is. Only you know. But I do know that this day is so special that sometimes the Christian people mark it with a cross and the Jewish people with the Star of David. Now I wonder which day you like best. I wonder if you see yourself in any of these days. I wonder, is there any of these days we can leave out and still have everything that we need? I wonder which day you think is most important. And I wonder, will you think about this lesson today? Which days? Or will you think of something else? But whatever you do today, know that you take the light of Christ with you wherever you go.